Hello and welcome to World Archery's Watch Along here on our YouTube. This is the 2025 Guangzhou World Archery Championships. I am Bernardo Oliveira, your host, Brazilian Olympic archer, talking to you straight from the Archery Plaza studios at the World Archery Excellence Center in Lausanne, Switzerland, the Olympic capital. But today we're joined by yet just another very special guest we have from Luxembourg, Maria Szkolna. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello everyone. Hello Fernando. Fernando, I'm very happy today to join you for watching the World Championship Finals from Compound Men. I'm very excited to see what's gonna come up today.
Yeah, great stuff. Thank you so much for joining us despite the very early hour. We are in Central Europe and it's 7:08 a.m., 7:06 a.m. in fact. But to tell us in the chat, where are you tuning in from? And already you can see that we have a poll asking who is going to win today. Who do you think is going to become world champion today? And the options that we have are one of the Indians, because of course this is a big talking point. We have three Indians in the Elite Eight. So they won their first ever world title in the teams yesterday, the compound men team from India. And today, as if that wasn't enough, they have the three of them in the Elite Eight. But then another option is Matthias Fullerton from Denmark, who is a stage winner from this year. And also another stage winner, Nicolas Girard from France. Or then the other option is someone else who, let us know in the chat. So share with us. Make sure already from the beginning that you hit that like button, subscribe, and what is the goal here today? It is to keep you company. This is a watch party. We are watching competition on Archery Plus. You have on the left-hand side of your screen a QR code that will take you directly to archery.tv, where you can watch all the competition here with us, listening to our impressions, most importantly, Masha Szkolna from Luxembourg. And going to you about the poll, who do you think will win today? Do you have a favorite pick, Masha?
I feel like the odds are high today for English archers. I mean, 3 out of 8, it will be a very great chances for the next match. And yeah, I would feel like, for example, Matthias Fullerton, he has some high results this season and would be a great archer to see also on top of the podium.
Yeah, but I'll put you in the spotlight. I want you to pick one option of the poll. So, what do you pick?
Okay, it will be my okay, my pick will be today, I think Rishabh, India. He's been showing this season also great scores, great results. Also from the World Games, we've seen some good shooting there. So I would bet on Rishabh.
Yeah, and he eliminated Mike Schlosser, who was my bet in the beginning of all of this. We had an article on the World Archery website where some, in inverted commas, specialists were predicting who would be the world winners, the world champions, and I already got it wrong because my bet was Mike Schlosser. But just to defend myself here, of the 5 specialists, 4 picked Mike Schlosser. But well, we have a lot to talk about today. But we are already getting started with the very first match. It's the first quarterfinal between Rishabh Yadav from India and Nicolas Girard from France. I'll be feeding the graphics here, and we are getting started now. A 9 to start for Rishabh. And we see that the target is wet. We had a soaking end to the previous session where we saw the round of 16. Now just a couple of drops falling. Conditions a bit more steady, but a second one in the 9, not really the best start, Masha.
Yeah, I feel like that the start is a little bit nervous for both, but it could be just the right slight adjustment before starting the match, as we know already sometimes the finals field venue, the shooting and the condition feels different and it requires a few clicks on the site. So
Hmm.
it could be that
Yeah, that's
very
very
quickly
finish
it can
strong.
still change. Yes.
Yeah, and for now, only 1 point lead provisionally, but I don't think we have any lines that would change things. So for the moment, only 1 point lead for the Frenchman. Rishab looking fairly relaxed. And how do you ease off that beginning of the match nerves, or when you first walk into the arena nerves?
I feel I feel like the big part of it is just starting to shoot your arrows and get into the area you know the best, the shooting itself, and also great help. It can be the coach who stands behind you, who gives you an advice or a joke, or both. So I feel like
Yeah.
the biggest part of it, it's really the highest stress is actually waiting to start, and once you're on the line, you already know what's gonna happen. So it's just about to start.
Hmm. Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to someone who knows herself what it's like to win a medal at the World Championships. Last time out in Berlin 2023, you won mixed team bronze with the Gilles from Luxembourg, isn't that right?
Yes, that's right. It's been a great tournament for us. So World Championships, we are very proud also to make our part of history for Luxembourg. So at that time we managed to take the bronze away from Netherlands. It was a tough match.
And this is something that, yeah, this is definitely something worth putting on the CV. Beating Netherlands in a compound mixed team, like, come on, what an achievement!
Yes, it's definitely a great achievement considering their qualities as archers and their experience, also what they showed already here in 2025 on the World Championships. It's definitely something we are proud of in our small country.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, exactly. Well, we'll get back to that in just a moment. For the moment, we have a perfect second end. Rishab, yeah, finishes it in great style. High five with the coach. It's a 30 for the Indian archer, and Nicolas just drops a 9, so close to the 10. And now, after 6 arrows, scores are level. Going back to the chat, we have plenty of support for the Indians, support for Rishab by Firduz and Nikiravi. All three medals to India. Is that even possible? It is indeed. So, because as you see, I have a board here on my back where I will be keeping um, just the brackets, and also if somebody shoots a triple X, they get a star on the board. So let's just also track ultimate perfection here. But then back to the match. It's been challenging in Gwangju. I don't know if you watched yesterday's matches, Masha, but we had quite a lot of rain. It's been very humid there. It was very humid when you were in Chengdu in China for the World Games just a couple of weeks ago. And how difficult it is adapting to the conditions if it's raining and then it stops and then rains again.
I feel like this kind of weather, which is also permanently changes, requires a lot of focus and a lot of adaptation. It's very often you are more slippery on your grip or on your release. So many times archers are using the chalk powders, and yeah, you also struggle with the mud all over you and pulling the arrows. It's all together. The pip sight very often has the lens in it, so archers would see more clear through their scope. It removes the blur on the scope, and that one, for example, once you get a drop of rain, it's very painful to get it out, and it can cost you, for example, a match.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard, and probably I would do the same myself. I would very often remove the lens, the clarifier out of your pip to shoot this type of match where you have barely a
Mm,
possibility to change your bow, jump off the line in 20 seconds time. Looks like guys are getting.
yeah. No, truly amazing shooting that we have here. Rishabh came very close to getting his first star, and but then just before there was something else I wanted to ask you, but you were talking about the drops on the lens, and yesterday we saw some of the coaches or the archers themselves. They had kind of a little, man, I don't know the word for this in English. I know in Portuguese, but it's kind of this little thing that you press, and then it has a very thin nozzle where the air comes out to clean the scope. You know what I'm talking about. Kind of, it's this little pump that you just pump air on the scope to clean it from the drops. And does it work on the PEEP clarifier as well, or it's too small?
So it's basically depending how big is your PIP generally, and also how small is the nozzle of that thing, of that lens. Let's call it a blower. It's yes, it's very often maybe
Yeah,
better
blower,
for the
great.
lens to you can try, but very often it's not enough because the PIP is locking the lens inside, and sometimes it's just not enough of that nozzle to take it out, and you will end up taking out your lens, cleaning it by hand, and then putting it back. So it depends. You can get away with it, but not always.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, and especially when you have such a short time, because these matches in finals arena they go by real quick. We've just had Rishabh shot a high nine in his very first arrow now in this fourth end, and Nicolas Girard for the moment capitalizing on that. Ooh, but he himself
Mm.
drops a nine. Both athletes matching each other all the way through. Last arrow in this end for Rishabh,
It feels
and
like
it's a
both archer
29 for
get a
the
bit
Indian.
more nervous.
As the match goes on, and it's almost coming to a conclusion. Oh, now the
Yeah.
Indian, for the first time, is leading the match. He has a provisional 1 point lead. We'll have scores confirmed. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nicolas really feeling that mistake. Maybe this could be the arrow of the match.
Yeah. He wasn't happy with that long hold. I feel like
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
now like the
Not the
breaking
best. I
moment
guess
in
we
the
have a
match.
could be. French spectators will be hoping it isn't. Going back to the chat, reminding everybody to hit that like, hit that subscribe. You have on the left hand side of your screen, we have a QR code where you can watch all the action that me and Masha are watching right now. We're here to keep you company, just give our impressions. You have a superb compound specialist giving you her opinions, her experiences. Like we had a comment from somebody that I'm afraid I can't really pronounce the name. I don't know how to read that in the first place. He's saying, "Well, we need to watch the matches." Of course you do. So head to Archery Plus, archery.tv, and you can watch everything. We are getting started with the fifth and final regulation end. 1 point advantage for Indian archer Rishabh Yadav. Ooh, but he shoots a nine.
Mm.
They are level with only 2 arrows to go.
Shooter would be something great to start to start the matches of today.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah,
to start the session. Good for us. Ooh, I guess some
definitely.
movement, some body movement there by Rishabh, but he puts it in the X10,
Yeah, he
putting
definitely
pressure on
wanted to
Nicolas
correct
Girard.
it.
There you go. 30. A 10 needed for
Nice.
shoot off here by Yadav. Ooh, did you see he lost tension there?
Ah, yes.
Oh, that wasn't a good finish. Just losing
Mm,
tension there in the end, dropping a 9. Whoa, this one went back and
mm.
forth.
Yes, I guess we were wrong about our favorite of the match. So yes, it was a
Ah, yeah,
great,
yeah.
great match. And Nicholas, he kept his nerves towards the till the last arrow, which is great, great to see it. And yeah, for Rishabh, looks like
Mm-hmm,
he
mm-hmm.
lost a little bit of nerves there.
Yeah, heartbreak for Team India, losing one of their archers already. Now we have then Nicolas Girard advancing to the semi-final, and I can update my board back here. Oh, look there, the replay. Heartbreak by Rishabh. He knew that wasn't a good shot. So tough. What is it? Because also there could be a lot of nerves when you are leading, going into the final end, and you have to deliver, right?
Yeah, exactly. Many times it's just you want to aim that perfect arrow, and well, it's always the fight between not being in too much tension, but also to not lose the tension. And yeah, many times we overtry it, and I think that was like so important shot for Rishabh, and unfortunately just didn't go the way he probably wished for it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, also today we have a giveaway. So we have a prize offered by WheelWiz. We have actually one of 3 prizes that we will give away during today's live stream. And at the end of the quarterfinals, we're going to give away this very special prize offered by WheelWiz. So to take part in it, you should drop a comment in the chat saying, who do you think is going to be the winner today? And also write it in caps after the name winner. So do that to participate in this first giveaway that we have for today's session. At the end of the quarterfinals, we are going to pick a winner for this prize given by WheelWiz. But of course, hit that like and subscribe and watch all the action on Archery Plus. You have the QR code on the left-hand side of your screen. We are about to get started with the second match. This time we have Team Turkiye, represented by Yagis Sezgin and Choi Young-hee. And Masha, here we have the biggest age gap of today's field because Yagis Sezgin from Turkey, he's only 18 years of age, was competing at the World Archery Youth Championships just a couple of weeks ago, up against 40-year-old from Korea, Choi Young-hee. That's an amazing difference, 18 to 40.
Yeah, here is like experience or courage. It feels like quite an expectable match, and I'm sure the Korean archer will have today very, very loud support. But Turkish archers, it's not to underestimate. Yet, I've been surprised to see actually such a young archer from Turkey on the big field, big final. So yes, it will be for sure fun.
Yeah. And so he starts with the 10. The courage of the young, the 18-year-old archer, as Masha said, up against experienced Choi Young-hee from Korea. Both tends to start this match. Wow, and Sezgin is looking so relaxed, so cool. This is really impressive. Starting the match, Elite 8 at the World Championships, only 18 years of age. Really remarkable, but no easy match given by the Korean favorite.
And looking at Yezgin, he seems to be quite relaxed. And on the other hand, the Korean archer, the first shot looked a little bit shakier, yet it was a 10. So sure, he knows how to keep the nerves. It's
Absolutely. Well,
another
in
10.
fact, he is the Conquest Cup champion. It's an international open tournament that Korea hosts in Istanbul around springtime. And so even though it's a kind of a second or a third tier tournament, we have the champion in Yildiz Sezgin, only 18 years of age. That's a remarkable win by the young Turkish archer, and we have very perfect a perfect start here. 10-10-10 from both archers. Usually, when you're there with your coach in between ends, what do you try and talk to? Do you talk about the match, or you want to make sure that you're not talking about the match and just relaxing?
I think it will be individual for everyone. From my side, for example, I like to know how was my shot? Was it good? Do I need to pay attention on something for the next end? Also, you will get information from your coach about the wind, about your timing of the shot, and also other weather conditions you might need to take care of. And but for some people, yes, sometimes it's just a chat about some funny things about, I don't know, about Formula One maybe, or whatever. It's I think it's so individual, and every
Ah,
coach and as well as every archer, they know what is needed in that moment.
I like the mention to Formula One. Huh? Did you watch the race yesterday?
No, I skipped it. We had competition ourselves in Luxembourg, and we've been very focused on that one. How was the finish of the Formula yesterday?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I did watch the race, and in fact, the board that I have here on my back, the three initial letters for each archer is inspired by Formula One. How they show the names in the bracket, but that doesn't matter because Choi Young Hee drops the first nine in this match. Both archers were shooting 10 all throughout, but now great opportunity for the young Turk who shoots another 30. Big fist bump. Now the Korean, all he can do is shoot a 10 to keep that 1 point deficit,
Yeah, but he definitely lost a
which
little
he
bit of
does.
tension there. Yeah.
Um, this is something that might be hard to understand for people who haven't shot. Like, isn't it something that we can control? Not lose tension, just shoot strong all the time?
I feel like it's something we are learning to control lifelong. But at the end, when you stay on that arena, in general, when you want to shoot this really high precision groups and aim for that X, it's not only about the strong, powerful motion, but it's also about the accuracy. And then we try to be slightly more relaxed in that moment, just to allow our body to get more stable and more quiet. But sometimes more quiet is too relaxed, and this is very often the case. And then when adrenaline is pumping, like we can see on Korean Archer, he's a little bit shaky, and for sure it's also not easy to shoot in your homeland where the hopes are very high. So it's just yeah, combination of adrenaline, of this precision aim, and you know you can aim for it, but yeah, it's sometimes a very tough mental game there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And talking about expectations, we see a lot of support despite the damp conditions there for Choi Young Hee, and well, Korea expectations are really really high on them. They led qualification in the compound man team, so it just goes to show about the quality they have. And whenever anyone wears that Korean jersey, all that's expected of you is to win gold, no matter whether compound or recurve. Ooh, but the young Turk just dropped his first nine of the match, adjusting his sight there. Opportunity for the Korean to be back in the game. Ooh,
I
great
think he's
stuff. What a
gonna use that
comeback.
opportunity.
He is for the moment. Yeah, this is the highest level match that we've had so far. Really amazing shooting where each nine feels so costly. And now we're going into the last 6 arrows of the match with tied score once again. Very, very tight field that we have in Gwangju 2025. And why are you not in Gwangju, Masha?
So there have been some adjustments to my archery career recently, and I decided that past 10 years, actually more than 10 years, 12, 13 years of international archery circuit was enough for me. And I'm stepping back for a while just to take time to work, to stay with my family, to perhaps enjoy other things than archery. But I'm definitely gonna keep my bows, my recurve, my compound, and I'm sure still will practice time to time. But it's now been for me time to relax and to perhaps enjoy other things.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It is very tiring. All the preparation for competitions, all the traveling, and yeah, happy for you. We are starting
Thank
now.
you.
The fourth end. Choi Young Hee. Whoa, so precise. Nearly dead center, but worth 10 points all the same. Yagis also clips the line of the X ring.
A bit shaky.
Yeah, and ooh, the body swaying a little bit, losing his balance just so slightly, but then drops another nine in this very high level match. Well, that one looked a bit
Just so
queasy in the end by Sesgin, doesn't it?
exactly, and just the slightest movement of the body which we see, it's going to be directly impacted on the target face because the 10 is only the size of about a tennis ball. So it's always everything we see on the
50
line, it's
meters away.
already, yeah, 50 meters away, it's already far out.
Yeah. No, we're talking about mind blowing levels of precision here, and especially in compound archery, shooting in 50 meters away, it is a game of perfection. It's I normally tell people that it's not about who gets it right the most; it's about who makes less mistakes. So it's really yeah, a game of perfection. And but something that was a test that shook up things a little bit, and in fact was the World Archery World Cup stage that Nicolas Girard from France won. It was in Turkey when we had the 11. I want to hear your thoughts on that, but let's just focus on the fifth end. We have 18-year-old Sezgin from Turkey leading by 1 point. Now, Choi Young-hee from Korea is shooting first. That one
Ooh,
looked good.
yes, definitely some confident shots here. But the guys both can turn the match in any way possible. So it's again the courage against the experience.
Yeah, Choi Young-hee from Korea. Whoa, big Bo Kwon-do throwing throwing his arm to the side, but lands in the X10. Oh my, the tables have turned. Now he is trailing by a point. Experience coming into play. Oh my. And I wonder whether
Uh-oh.
that one clipped to the line by by Choi Young Hee.
Oh, what a last end.
Oh, wha- what a dramatic finish that we had here. Oh my god. Yagi Sezgin was either level or leading all the way through the match. And in the last three arrows, it all went south. And we have confirmation by the judge. What a match this was, Masha.
It took a quite a turn on the last end. Honestly, looking at the Turkish archer, he seemed to be quite calm, and yet we can see that something didn't exactly click there. So it's a great win for Korean archer, and I think he will be very, very proud to represent now his country in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, but who should also be very proud is Sezgin, right? Because he, like, even though he lost, he did put up an amazing fight up against such an experienced archer in Choi Young Hee.
Yes, definitely he should be proud. And 147 is definitely a high score. And we are talking about last end, which didn't go his way. Yet another four ends, they just were incredibly strong from him.
Well, what a thriller of a match that we had here. I'm gonna update my board with Choi Young Hee, who who will be facing Nicolas Girard from France, Alexandre Galli wrote here, Go France, Nicolas Girard prendra l'or. So just translating to English, he's saying Nicolas Girard will win gold. He will take gold. Also on Archery Plus, we have an update of the brackets. We have the graphics going on, showing us an update of the brackets. And as we move on from the upper part of the brackets, we are now going to the lower part. And first up, we're going to have another Indian, Fugue or Fuge, going up against none other than Matthias Fullerton from Denmark. Okay, let me update as well the side schedule that we have here. But before we start, I want to ask you, as I touched on before, what did you think of the 11 scoring that we had in Antalya earlier this year?
I feel like it's a very tricky one because 11 scoring under great weather conditions, it gave a great advantage to shoot high scores and actually showed this even higher level of precision. Maybe on the wind it's less practical because you're chasing this small X, and then on the windy condition it gets way more complicated. So I feel like at the end the general outcome of the 11 scoring wasn't that much of a difference on the top levels, but for some people it's brought more or less luck, just simply where we know already that 10 is a great shot which we need to execute, and X sometimes it's just about catching the line, and you do or you don't, but you don't always maybe even are precise enough to aim it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, it really changed the dynamic of the whole competition when we had the 11 scoring in the third stage of the World Cup in Antalya earlier this year. And we had Nicolas Girard triumphing on that occasion. But now we're starting with quarterfinal number 3. Matthias Fullerton, well, off the blocks, very precise with an X10. Off to Fuge now from India.
Matthias entering with the style. It's a
Uh,
good response.
yeah, absolutely. Ooh, a bit twitchy there in the end, not so well directed, but still, it's a 10 just off the X ring.
I feel like the weather conditions
That
are really
shot
great for
looked really
today.
good. Yeah, now, yes, now that it seems we don't have any more rain, as we get a 30 by the Dane, up to the Indian now to respond. And 10 10 10, 30 30. And I think, yeah, you're right. Conditions are perfect. We're seeing amazing shooting. And you mentioned, you touched at one point earlier about the wind, and we seem to have 0 wind there in the venue.
Yeah, it's very lucky, I think, because sometimes I think we saw already also wind on the field in the championships in qualification and in the previous matches. So it's actually a good chance for those archers who are now shooting there to show actually their mental skill, their precision skill without outside factors which gonna disturb them from that.
Uh huh. Yeah, and yesterday's guest we had Mary Marita Paz from Estonia, and she was saying that at all the big competitions this year we had lots of wind. So at least once it's good to see like these top archers shooting in perfect conditions and just pounding the center of the target.
Yes, and but it definitely doesn't make it easier as sometimes shooting 150 points is not enough even. You will go in the shoot off, as we saw already in some matches in the
Yeah.
past. So doesn't always help too much. But yeah, here you can really see the great skills of the high performance archers, how they can hold actually their nerves and maintain this stability under the pressure.
Yeah. All tens for now. But have you ever lost a match shooting 150?
No, but I've lost already a match shooting 149. So you feel like it's been great match, but Ella Gibson proves me that it can be better. 150 can be better.
uh,
But we've seen already several matches of
yeah.
Matthias, also I think in Nîmes this year. In the indoor series, it's been several times that this happened, and it's incredible going in the shoot off, and you know that the shoot off is inside out, either out.
Yeah. Well, I honestly I didn't check the result of the women yet, but I now I'll take a look just to see whether we will see Ella Gibson shooting tomorrow. But now we had the but just a moment, because I I got it wrong in the scoring. I apologize. There is one arrow that I need to correct by Fuja. So actually we have 59 to 59, both archers. Yeah, no, but yeah, that's correct. Actually, the scoring that we see is that was incorrect. It is a 60 for Fuge. Yeah, because on Archery Plus in the AI scoring, it was saying that he had a 9. I apologize for that. Okay, and we're starting. And number 3, Matthias Fullerton trailing by a point. Now,
Maybe we will see the
already
clean
for
match
about
today.
4 or 5 arrows, yeah, well, we have the conditions for that. But I was going to say that I have a feeling that Fullerton's shots are not looking that great, Masha. We've seen quite a lot of, a lot of movement there in the end by him, and he doesn't seem to be quite so comfortable in his shot.
I guess he's not in the most comfortable position now, especially now trailing by a point, but also before when you know that 10 is not enough yet to be more relaxed and actually think of that you have this point advantage and so. And I guess this is the main reason for that, because sometimes you just want to correct it, and we know here that X is not an 11, and yeah, it's just part of the game now.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
looking at the target
But
face of Matthias, I don't know if you have noticed, but he has like really great X count on the target face, and despite some corrections, it's still, yeah, the precision is there. So I wouldn't be worried at the moment for him.
yeah, that's a good point. We can see actually that when we look at the dispersion of the impacts on the target face, Matthias he has a much tighter group. So actually, he is more precise. But commentators' curse goes both ways because I was saying that yeah, Matthias is struggling. His shots don't look so good, and then now in this third end, he comes shooting the lights out, looking so comfortable. And how how do you do this in a match to overcome like when you're not feeling comfortable and not feeling confident in your shot, and then just finding it, just figuring it out what you got to do? How do you do that?
It's a lot of training, and I think reliving this moment already on training helps you to be there on the shooting line and to have this focus and this peace of mind that you can do that. Uh, yeah, you need to trust the process, and I guess at the end on this level, we have for sure about 20 archers on the arena, which we know could become world champion, but maybe not everyone has the courage to trust the process, especially now in no wind conditions. It's all about let yourself do that shot we know you can do on training or on qualification, and it's yeah, doesn't always come together, but this is the game all about when it comes to the finals like this. Yes.
Yeah,
The technique is great
trust the
here.
process, trust the process. Oh, but that could be a critical arrow of the match, just like in the previous quarterfinal, where the last arrow of the fourth end could have made a huge difference. Once again, we have a dropped point by Matthias Fullerton, and once again, we have Fuge in the lead, shooting a 30 after that 29 in the third end. 1 point
Yeah.
lead, only 3 arrows left. Matthias Fullerton is up against the ropes.
Maybe now Matthias can be a bit more relaxed having this 1 point because, yeah, weather conditions are there in the favor of the archer. And let's say with his experience, he's definitely know how to keep it. It's just about trusting the process, as we said before.
Yeah. Trust the process. 3 arrows that could change a lifetime. We have already the Elite Eight, but they're fighting it out to see who will make it to the Final Four and still have their hopes alive to be World Archery Champion.
And
You heard the
Bernardo, do you
buzzer.
remember?
2 beeps. Mm.
So, Bernardo, do you remember how it was for you to stay on that final line?
The nerves are absolutely undescribable. I was always so nervous. There were a few times in my life that I actually managed to control them. And yeah, so huge respect for these archers. We have 2 10s. Matthias Fullerton needing to apply pressure on Fuge. He does so with the 2 axes off to the Indian. Also 2 axes by
And
Fuge. Time is running out for Matthias. Oh, and he knew it. The moment he shot, he knew it. Triple X by the Dane, but will it be too late? Oh, we have a shoot off.
ah, oh yes.
Oh my.
I love this
Now,
twist, but
Matthias has got to have the upper hand.
yes, he definitely set it up already for his ex.
Yeah. And you
Hmm.
saw he when he shot that last arrow, he knew it. Like he must be feeling great and so confident. And I would say that Matthias has everything to win this match. What a thriller.
Yes, but we will see. It's still one arrow, one chance to do that.
Yeah, anything can happen. Oh my, we're having very tight and very close matches here. This is wow, so cool. Guys, if you're wondering what we're watching, what we're discussing, head to the QR code that you have on the left hand side of your screen. Go to Archery Plus and you can watch all the competition. We're here to keep you company. This is a watch along. Me, Bernardo Oliveira, Brazilian Olympic archer, and a compound expert, an amazing archer, in Maria Shkolna from Luxembourg, a World Championships medalist herself. Reminding you that we have the giveaway. But, well, I'll go back to that in a moment. Matthias Fullerton is on the line to shoot first the shoot off.
It's good.
That one
It's nicer
can
to shoot
prove
first.
Fuge. Oh, another nine.
Mm,
Matthias Fullerton takes it at the very end. And so much emotion unleashed
yeah.
in the end. This was an incredible match, but heartbreak once again for India, who now have only one archer with a chance to make it into the final four. What a victory this was, Masha.
Yes, it's the scores, the victory, also the twist again in the last end. It's just that's why I love the finals. It's so great to see always on stage. And I love that also now we can see not only the medal matches, but we can also see the quarterfinals. It's yeah, it's always so fun to watch how it can turn.
Yeah. This is really cool about the World Championships having more matches being broadcast, and we're doing the watch along only for the second match
Mm.
of the day. But then the round of 16, all those 8 matches, they were also broadcast on Archery Plus. So in case you missed that, tomorrow you can watch it all, and then the day after, and the day after, all the way till Friday. But then we're going to the last match of the quarterfinals. American Curtis Broadnax, sorry, against Aman Saini. Out of the 3 Indians, only one left. This has got to be somewhat a disappointment.
Yes, but it still gives them the chance to have their flag on the podium. So all three, they made a
Absolutely.
great
And
progress actually to make it.
it's somewhat of a surprise not to have more Americans either, right? And Curtis Broadnax, he is kind of a newcomer in the American team.
Yes, I think lately they had a lot of new, new fresh archers on the line from America. So definitely some changes that were happening around. Even if we heard already a little bit from, for example, um, from Braden Gillington that after they announced the LA that he might be coming back, and some other all these good good but experienced archers, but so far we don't see them.
Old but gold. But you said you were taking some time off. Don't you fancy coming back to try LA?
I think in some countries, especially it's common, I guess, in Europe, that sport is rather the recreational part of it, especially as we were not Olympic for so long time. It's very difficult to balance your life for so many years and dedicate it to qualifying to Olympics. It's already very huge dedication to the Olympic archers, to every recurve archers who did it from cycle to cycle. And in compound, we will have 12 spots, which will be the mixed team spots. And let's say in Luxembourg, we definitely have a great mixed team. But it's not an easy choice to go for the next 3 years and dedicate your whole life around it. So, as every archer who is shooting there, who hoping to go to Olympics, it means that the next 3 years actually will be very consuming and very dedicated only to sports and nothing else. So, as it was with my husband Pete, who competed in Paris, we yes, it's practically
Ah, yeah, yeah. He
360.
competed in Paris, huh?
Yeah, so it's 360 training and planning, and yeah, it's not an easy part. So for me at the moment, I feel like I will be greater off, but maybe next time, archery is not the sport you need to stop at certain age. We can keep going.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
As we have 26-year-old Curtis Brodnax shooting a 10 and Aman Saini just out with that very first arrow. Maybe 1 point lead for the American left-hander. First one that we see here today. And he shoots another 10. 20 to start things off.
some good start.
Yes, now back in the 10. An exhale, just trying to brush off those nerves. And maybe that's a 9. And now, this is something really funny that it caught my attention yesterday, is the fact that Saini so often he puts his arrow on the arrow rest using his mouth. That's so unusual.
Yes, but unfortunately, there is only 20 seconds to shoot the arrow, and I would say mouth with the mouth, it's not such a bad idea because he doesn't disturb his grip hand to do it with the other hand, and he doesn't misplace the pressure on the bow. So
Yeah,
it's not a
yeah,
bad
good point.
idea. It looks like the flags are
Yeah,
moving
yeah, yeah.
slightly.
Uh, yeah, and we have measure in progress. We've had a couple of close arrows, but I believe it is Curtis Brodnack's arrow that needs a review. And let's see, still waiting for confirmation on that one.
Looks like the judge pointed with the finger up, so it should be upgraded
Then a
for
30.
the Curtis.
Yeah, it is. I have here on the scoring a 30 by Brodnax. So it means then that we have 30 to 29 world team champion Aman Saini trailing by 1 point. We're starting the second end. Another 9.
Mm.
Not a happy face after that one.
No, no. It's here, every arrow counts.
Absolutely. But trust the process. We hear quite a lot of support for American Broadnecks there on the venue.
Mm.
But Saini with another 9. I guess we have an issue with the graphics. I'll try bringing them up. I apologize for that. As Broadnecks, that one for sure is a 9 high. He's adjusting his sight. And another
Yeah,
29.
yeah, the groups are slightly more open this match.
Yeah, as you pointed out, flags are moving. We must have some more wind going on in there. And at last, I hope graphics are back. We're having an issue with the graphics once more. I apologize for that. I'll try to fix that. But then this is for sure the biggest point deficit that we've had all throughout the session today, Masha. 59 to 56.
Yes, this will be actually a, a hard game for the English archer, I think. 3 points, 3 sets to go. It's a little bit tough. I wouldn't want to be in his position. Yeah.
Yeah, and we see some tape on his arm. I wonder whether he's coming from an injury.
Um, yeah, this is a possibility because every archer who trains a lot, it's definitely the training doesn't go without the sign. So it's possible that he is now suffering from it, but it didn't stop him yesterday from winning the world champion title. So let's not underestimate that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you imagine how much that must mean to him. I think graphics are now back up, thankfully. Thanks for sticking with us. Now Saini back in the 10 for the first time after 5 arrows. Maybe that's too late for him. Brodnax keeps up the good form. It's 2 tens by him. And Saini now x10, a 29, but still he trails by 4 points. 30, 29, 30 for the American. This is looking good for him. Only 6 arrows left. And it'll take a super performance by Saini to put some pressure on the American.
This for sure, you're for sure right with this, and it would be great for Seini to stay clean for the next two ends. But so far, we saw the results of the previous matches: 148 to win the match, and 140. It was two matches of 148, if I'm right, uh, for the Girard with Yadav and for the Cho with the Turkish archers. So 145 to win the match would be maybe not enough.
Yeah, that would be indeed a very big surprise.
Hmm.
Would be by far the lowest scoring of the day. So now tens are the only thing that matter for the Indian. He is shooting first on target 2, a 10, confidence boost.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's 1 point less to worry about by the Indian. Curtis Brodnax drops a point, but still he has a good buffer. Now Brodnax at full draw. It's another 9. Things are
Mm.
starting to feel uncomfortable for Team USA here.
Will that be enough?
Yeah, recovery seems to have come at a good time for Aman Saini as Brodnax stops the bleeding with another 10.
Yeah.
So it was a 4 point difference going into the fourth end. The 4 point difference came down to 2. If we have a repeat of this end, then we have the second shoot off of the day. Before we head into that, I just want to say that we have a giveaway going on. Comment on the chat saying who you think is going to win, followed by simply winner. And we're going to give a prize offered by WeAWiz. We're picking the winner after the quarterfinal. So we are just moments away from that. And then we're going to have other prizes that we will give away until the end of the session. We have two more. I think we're almost ready to begin fifth and final regulation end as we have their fist bump between Curtis Broadnax and his coach, Chris Webster, who is known for saying that famous "yep" whenever there is a 10. You've heard that "yep" by Chris Webster, Masha? The
Yes,
signature?
he was definitely very excited. Yeah, this is the signature. You can hear it probably on every final round. Yeah, it's
Uh,
like Alexandra Uskiano with her famous high five with the coach.
yeah, you're right. That's a good one. First arrows in the fifth end. It is 10 from both sides. So far, so good for Rodnax. He only needs one more 10 to be in a fairly comfortable position to advance. The group by the Indian is amazing. He is shooting really, really tight groups now. But will it be
Yeah.
enough? Okay, with the next 10,
Mhm.
Curtis Broadnax now at a comfortable position. No matter what the Indian does, a 9 by Broadnax will put him in the final four. Oh, but this is not what he needed. A 9 in the
No,
end. And now this is going to become an easy affair.
it's a 7 for the shoot off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he needed an 8. How about a
yeah.
10? US of A has an archer in the final four. Now, that one was pretty straightforward, despite that drop in the fourth end, wasn't it, Masha?
Yes, it was definitely a straightforward match, but let's say the Curtis, he gave us also a little bit of taste of the nerves, and it was great to see him to maintaining that lead. Yet, yeah, it was changing from 4 to 2 points, and now back to three. It's yes, it's still when you watch it live, it's a bit of a nerve-wracking because we know anything can happen. On the last arrow, there have been so many matches already that's been won or lost on this one last arrow defined.
Yeah. We've had matches that really they were decided by one arrow, but this one was much more straightforward by Broadnax, and can't help but feel bad for India because they came with three archers and none of them made it into the final four.
Yes, it's looks like we've been wrong about the odds that's been high for India, but yeah, sometimes that's the game. The
Yeah.
guys gave yesterday their best, and yeah, today it's also another day, another game. And sure, yesterday they had plenty of attention and plenty of things to do besides maybe preparing for their matches because team match is still a different story than the individual match, and it's always good to have a bit of time to do that, to prepare for it.
Yeah. Now we have on the right hand side of your screen, we have the updated schedule. Quarterfinals are done, means that we're halfway through our session. And so we have semifinal between Nicolas Girard from France up against home favorite Choi Young-hee from Korea. And then in the other semifinal, we have Matthias Fullerton from Denmark, stage winner from the first stage of the Archery World Cup in Central Florida earlier this year, against Curtis Broadnax, who is the new name in between these. Have you seen much of Curtis Broadnax before, Masha?
No, I didn't, but tell me, please.
I was about to look up. I was expecting that you would speak more as I look up the stats, and then I would seem really smart when it was my turn to talk.
All right. So, no, unfortunately, I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure that he made his way up, all the way up for a reason, and I'm sure there was some great scores followed from before.
Yeah. But actually, looking up his stats on World Archery, this is his first year with the national team. He's actually really young, 26 years of age, and so we haven't seen a lot from him. This is his breakthrough year. We just have some minor results from the indoor tournaments in other years. Plenty of participations in the Vegas shoot, but not bad for his first year in the team. And we see him, even though he had somewhat okay, his results weren't the best in World Cups, but he seeded second in the stage in Antalya. So very
Mm.
strong shooting there, already showing what he could do. But then silver medal in Chengdu with the World Games, and you were there.
Yes, indeed. We've been there, and unfortunately, on the compound man match, I couldn't make it, so we didn't rewatch it. But in general, I think the World Games, it was very nice conditions to shoot the finals, and the scores which was there also shot, they were incredibly high, including from the from him. So we will actually today probably see some other good matches because still he managed to give 147 points he shot, and despite a bit of some shake up in some ends, it's a good score.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
Mati,
yeah, yeah. Very good. What was the session that you were commentating in Chengdu? Because I just remember you were commentating, but I don't remember the match.
we've been commentating in the morning session for the compound ladies. So all of the semifinals and finals for the girl, for the compound woman.
Oh yeah, enjoyed it very much back then. But now, affairs have just started in semifinals. Choi Young Hee with not the best of shots, really not nicely executed. It's a 9 up high for the Korean, and Nicolas Gihar is on a streak, shoots an X10 to begin the semifinal.
Yeah,
Now the Korean finds
that's
his way immediately back into the 10. Another X by the Frenchman. Long hold. Oh, I wonder whether that clips the line. I think so. And the second triple X of the day. Nicolas Gihar, 30 up against 29. He gets a star.
yeah, it's a good start for him. He already seems to be very calm and very prepared for that match. And yeah, for Korean archer, doesn't look also bad. 29. It's
Yeah,
a still a very promising start.
yeah, and he recovered really well from that poor start. But I
Mm.
wanted to ask you about Nicolas Gihar. He is a guy that has been around for quite some time, but what a breakthrough he had recently. So we have seen him in a lot of competitions for a lot of years, but now, bah, he's really having amazing results.
Yes, I think he was shooting always really good. And a few years back, I remember him winning one of the stage and being like, yeah, being still a fresh one to the international circuit. And then we didn't hear it from him for a while. But this year, Vegas, I think, started actually his high run, and since then he's like on a high strike. It's he showed really great nerves, and we've been watching him actually in Vegas, and I was impressed by how many ends he kept going clean. It's incredible. So you can see the nerves and actually the level of him, which is just since then stays really, really high.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And he 4 shots, 4 axes so far in this match.
yeah,
Choi Young-hee has been really
incredible.
lucky with the lines, clipping them. He could have easily lost to 3 points, but he lost only one so far. Whoa, and another axe by Nicolas Girard. Amazing shooting.
Yeah,
Okay, good
French
grouping
team, they
by
always had
Young-hee.
some great compounds from French team.
Yeah. It's such a traditional nation, isn't it? And you guys being there in Luxembourg, you have quite a lot of contact with the French, I suppose.
Well, we are nearby, and definitely French Archery Federation is huge. The numbers of archers they actually have is incredible. I don't want to lie now, but I feel like we are talking about 100,000 people in their federation of athletes. So it's
Yeah.
very
No, it's
popular
crazy.
and
There's a lot of
traditional
people
sport for
registered. Yeah.
them. Yeah. And of course the strong school of coaches. It's they're always having some great stuff.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, well, it is the end of the quarterfinals, and guess what? Our winner for the Wheelwiz prize is Alexandre Gali. So, Alexandre, would you please text me on my Insta? My handle is at bear, like the animal, underline Oliveira. So text me there on Instagram to claim your prize, and félicitations. We're beginning the third end in the semifinal. It is 60 to 59. Choi Young-hee shooting first, shoots a 10. Now off to the Frenchman.
I'm sure
It is a
Nicolas would
10.
wish
Oh,
now to have
perfect.
11
Almost.
points.
Oh, don't. Yeah, and actually, this is a really good point, Masha. Here on the watch along, we were following all of that. And in the final in Antalya, he won by a huge margin in the gold medal final. And in fact, if I remember correctly, had it been the regular scoring, I think he would have won by a point, or it would have been a shoot
Mm.
off. But yeah,
Yeah,
the
it was
11 made
close.
a huge difference for Nicolas Girard.
Yeah, looks like in finals he's very, very good in his X counts. So it's incredible. And let's
Yeah,
hope it stays
yeah.
that way today. It's only 1 point still.
Y-
Oh,
yeah,
and
but now we've just had everything
yes.
draw level. It's the commentator's curse, honestly.
I'm having slight delay on my streaming, but yeah, and it's a 9.
9 for
I wish
Nicolas
to see that
Girard.
clean
See whether
match.
we can spot anything on the replay. Yeah, we haven't had one yet, huh? How about in the gold
Mm.
medal final, we hope?
Oh, we hope. He's checking his veins.
Yeah. Well, second giveaway of the day is going to be 1 hour of private coaching here at the World Arch Excellence Center in Lausanne, Switzerland. So, what you have to do as we begin the fourth end, you just have to comment training. So you comment who you think is going to be in to win, of course, and also write training. So do that, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and we will pick the winner at the end of the semifinals. 2 10s for the Korean, Choi Young-hee. And talking about the X count, 2 more X's for Nicolas Girard. He would be leading this by a mile if it was 11 scoring.
Yeah. Yeah, but unfortunately that's the game, so get to put up now is pressure just to not shoot a 9. It's back to square.
Yeah.
Back to square and maybe a shoot-off.
Another triple X. And when we look at the dispersion of the arrows and we look at the analysis of the grouping, Nicolas Girard, he is really so far ahead. Amazing shooting by him.
Yeah, but we should also now, I think, mention the Korean archer who actually seems to be much more calmer in this match. Like besides his last shot, which was a bit longer hold, he seems to be way more in control of his shooting. So it's also going to be now the tough last end for Nicola and for Korean archer to see who will maybe give up to some nerves.
Yeah, and as you were saying, yeah, that's right. Despite shooting lots of X's, we are seeing more and more tense shots by Nicolas Girard, and we wonder whether this will manifest itself on the target in the fourth end, because pressure is now highest.
Yeah. I feel nervous for them.
Well, me too. Thrilling match. We've had close matches all throughout the session. They are tied. 2 arrows to go. Absolutely nothing in between them. X10 by the Korean, looking unfazed. Cool, calm, and collected. Off to the Frenchman now. Shots flowing nicely now. This is basically a shoot-off.
Yeah.
An early shoot-off that we have here.
Last arrow.
As the rain is picking up, we have more rain falling now. Maybe archers need to pick a different spot for aiming. As the rain picks up, Nicolas Girard needs to match a 10. He does it. We have a shoot-off.
Yes. Ow.
We have a shoot-off, Masha.
Finally.
Oh my. Finally, yeah.
Yes.
There we have
The
it.
rain didn't.
Our first shoot-off of the day.
Yeah. The rain didn't make it easy on them for the last shot.
Yeah, but funnily enough, both of them, they shot a high 10. And I think they were aiming in the 10, like in the higher part, because of the rain.
I think so. It's maybe sometimes better to hit a high 10 than a low 9. And in the rain, you never know if maybe your arrow will pick the rain, maybe not. Sometimes it's just the magic, especially when it's just started.
Yeah.
So, no.
Yeah. But now this can be a tricky situation because this is time that the bows are getting wet, the string is getting wet, and the arrows as well. So where do you aim in the shoot-off arrow?
So I personally would make a mental one click down on my side and aim for the middle. But would be actually great to ask those archers.
Just to feel better.
Yes, just to feel better.
And would you rather be shooting first or second?
I think 99% of archers will prefer to shoot first to have your shot done and to not worry because you can control your opponent. But of course, when your opponent shoots a perfect X, it gets in your head.
Yeah, but when you shoot first and you shoot a 9, just like Choi did, not the best. Door wide open for Nicolas Girard.
Okay, we are
Ooh,
not
he
talking to shoot
twitched
a
in the
9.
backhand, but that's a 10.
Uh,
That's a 10 for the Frenchman.
uh,
What a match we've just had. Imagine what he must be feeling right now.
yeah, definitely Korean archer didn't look happy about that arrow, but yeah, Nicola just did amazing job.
Yeah.
Even he had a little twitch on the shot, it's still impressive. It's still a 10, so can't complain about that.
Yeah. No, super, super impressive by Nicolas Girard. Amazing, as now it's pouring down in Gwangju, pouring down, very difficult conditions, and we're gonna have the second semifinal in just a moment. I'll just update my board, but wow, very, very tough. We are about to get started with Curtis Broadnax and Matthias Fullerton, which also should be a cracker of a match, huh?
Yeah, I think it will be also some great match, and I'm sure for Matthias it's very important to be on peak of this World Championships to finally get his chances for the golden medal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we have no doubt that he is. Wow, if you see the replay, how much Nicolas Girard was shaking in that shoot off arrow. So we could see on the replay that he was here at full draw and really like shaking a lot. Wow,
Yeah,
so amazing to have shot a 10
yeah,
despite all the nerves.
exactly. It's just so easy to make to make a bad arrow once you're already shaking so much. So a 10 in this condition, it's just wow.
Yeah,
His
super
coach looks
impressive.
very happy.
Okay, yeah. Let me update here the side schedule then.
So, and then World Championships in Berlin in 2023, we had Indisch archers Oja Steotale winning, Lukasz Przybylski from Poland second, and Mike Schlosser third. So the closest one of our uh, final 8 we had was actually the Korean archer. No, no, it wasn't him. It was his teammate. So yeah, let's hope for
Yeah, we,
some
we,
luck
we didn't
this
have any of
time.
these. It's surprising.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, I tried to look up Matthias. He was 17th. So he can definitely be happy
yeah,
already
but
to be in
then
the final.
yeah, but then that same year winning, if I'm not mistaken, the World Cup final, which was truly amazing. Now we are
Yeah.
beginning semi-final number 2. Matthias Fullerton shooting first under the torrential rain. Shoots a 9, side correction, off to Curtis Broadnax. Shooting on target 2. That's a 10 for the American. Early lead for him. That's got to be a confidence boost. As Matthias is now in the 10.
It's still counting.
Low 9
So
by the
one,
American. Maybe due to the rain.
that's very likely because rain seems to be quite strong now. And as everything gets more wet, of course, arrows, they get maybe slightly heavier, and we just sometimes need to correct the sight to be back to the 10.
Exactly. And as we have a shot there of quite a lot of Koreans leaving the stands, I believe because they know that their man is going to be shooting in the next match, so they don't have a reason to be getting soaked watching Matthias Fullerton and Curtis Brodnax. But the archers
Yeah,
there, they don't have an option. They gotta brave the storm, as we've seen Curtis with that little blower, and not only we saw him cleaning the scope on the site, but also the peep, as we were talking
yeah,
about in the beginning of the session.
yeah. It's also as the peep, it's such a tiny hole in it. It's even if you don't have a lens in it, when there is a drop of water, it's very tricky with it. And
Yeah,
sometimes,
yeah, yeah. I used to shoot sometime. Yeah, I used to shoot sometime with a lens in the recurve, and then when there was rain at a competition, disaster. It was awful.
yeah, yeah, all the splashes on the lens, they just make
Oh,
it
there was a
barely visible.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. It's impossible to find your aiming point. Sorry for the delay with the graphics. Now they're back. Two axes by both archers is starting the second end. As Fullerton, as Broadnax drops another nine. Fullerton looking really, really cool and in command of this match so far.
I think Matthias definitely is used for this weather. As we know, Denmark is maybe not the most sunny country, so the natural habitat.
Yeah, did you? In fact, I just remembered about something. I'm sorry I didn't bring this up. I was going to ask whether you shot the World Championships in 15 in Denmark. Not only you shot, you won gold, didn't you?
Uh, yes, we did. It's so I'm a former athlete from the Ukrainian national team, and yeah, we've been there with our compound ladies team as the last qualifier for the matches in the teams, and we managed to make it all the way up to the gold final. So yeah, it was actually a quite memorable and amazing time we had there, enjoying all the 50
Yeah,
shades of
I
weather.
I remember the weather was awful that week, except for the
It,
finals that had
yeah,
amazing sunshine, but all throughout the week it was just a nightmare.
it was everything. It was rain, it was hail, it was all. Every
The
five
hail, yeah.
minutes new. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Beginning third end, Curtis Broadnax trails by two, starts with a 10. Off to the day now, Matthias Fullerton, who we believe is feeling right at home under this rain in Gwangju. Actually, I think the problem is actually it's too hot because in Denmark it's not as hot as in Gwangju when it's raining.
Yes, that's true, that's true. But the heat doesn't hurt, honestly, so it's easier to accommodate yourself with heat than with rain and cold.
Yeah, you're right. I wonder whether that one clipped to the line by the American. Now
Matthias looks so
Fullerton
stable.
drops. Yeah, but this one just went off. It's a 9. High. Ooh. Wow,
And
I
the
had a feeling
nine.
that was a really weird shot by Broadnax, but it landed in the 10, thankfully for him.
Yeah. Sometimes a bit of luck is needed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I want to see a replay of that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
time is running out. arrows and time are running out. Broadnax, had he shot a 30, which
Yeah.
he did. No, yeah, that's going to put him only 1 point behind. Yeah, so that was an opportunity capitalized. They were waiting on the measure, but yeah, no, for sure that one clipped the line. Yeah, it's all good. So 2 point deficit now down to only one with 6 arrows left. And
Yeah.
and everyone in the chat, let us know where you're tuning in from. Also, what time is it where you are? But most importantly, we have a giveaway happening at the end of this match. We will give away 1 hour of private coaching here at the World Archery Excellence Center in Lausanne, Switzerland. You just have to comment who you think is going to win the World Championships and also training, just so we track your comment. We are
That sounds
starting
exciting.
and number 4. Yeah, you should comment. Go to the chat and comment that, Masha, and you can get 1 hour of free coaching here.
I will. I would, because coaching in Excellence Center is always great. We've been doing in the times a lot of hours and days in center.
So yeah, you know where to try and get 1 hour free coaching. Fourth end underway. Curtis Broadnax with a second 10, doing exactly what he needs to put some pressure on Matthias Fullerton.
Yeah.
But Fullerton is showing no signs of feeling that pressure because he shot 2 axes. Broadnax now at full draw. It is 10-10-10. Last one in the X10. And that's a 30 as well by Matthias.
Yeah.
The guy looks
1 point.
cool as a cucumber. Still 1 point difference going into the fifth end. We've had one shoot off today already. We wonder whether we're going to have a second one.
Yeah. Nice. I think you never get used to the pressure you have actually in the matches when you stay on that arena with all that cameras and with the timer, 20 seconds. It's not easy. But yeah, looking at Matthias, he make it look easy.
Yeah, no, like really huge respect for these guys, because they are amazing to be shooting so well in the finals arena and in challenging weather conditions as well. So really, I can't praise them enough. But now we're getting started with the fifth and final regulation end. We need to find out who's the second archer at the gold medal final. Broadnax with an X states that he wants to be there representing the United States of America. That wasn't the best shot by Fullerton, but it just touches the line, low in the 10.
Yeah, but Curtis looks very confident also in what he does. It's definitely a 30 needed from his side.
Talk about confidence. Yeah, but what a confident shot that looked by Fullerton.
Yeah.
And we heard that, yep, by Chris Webster. It's a 30, but is it going to be enough? A 10 for the win for Fullerton. Ha. And he does it. Another super high level match. Wow. Truly amazing. And we have Matthias Fullerton then becoming the second archer in the gold medal final, while Curtis Broadnax, despite the amazing performance, will have to settle with a chance for bronze. Amazing shooting once again, but we haven't had our 150 just yet, Masha.
Yes, still waiting for it. perhaps we're gonna see it on the medal matches, but still incredible scores. It's all the winners and even all of the losers of the matches. They shot really high scores, and despite the rainy condition, despite the pressure of the world champion title, it's exciting. So it's
Very,
what will be
very.
our where do we go with the next match?
Yeah, very soon we're gonna have the bronze medal match between Curtis Broadnax from the United States of America. I'm just updating the graphics here to show you. But only 2 matches left, and of course, bronze medal match is gonna be exciting, but this is gonna be a cracker one between Matthias Fullerton and Nicolas Girard, won't it?
Oh, excited to see it. So I think it won't be easy one for Matthias, but also Nicolas showed us that sometimes some nines are dropping. Maybe both will clean the match. That would be great.
Uh, this is what we want. 150s all throughout, and then 2 axes in the shoot off.
Easy said, right?
Yeah. I wonder whether
So
the
I'm
rain
trying.
has given them a break. It seems so, as we have the Korean crowd now back in the stands to support their man, Choi Young-hee. And also it's showing in the stands Andrea Munoz from Spain. She was one of the guests that we had in the end of the day show that we were doing in the coverage of the Chengdu World Games. It was really cool that
Hmm.
chat with her. As we can also have a sneak peek at the commentators, Karen Bashir and Taylor Worth from Australia. Okay,
Okay.
just let me update this little thing. Now, you were saying that you are going to take some time off, but what about your mixed team partner, Gilles Savert? How do you pronounce his name? From Luxembourg.
Oh, Gilles Sivert. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be taking break from shooting, but yeah, he shared the great news with us this week, by the way, that he become a father. So he definitely gonna be
Oh my,
busy for
really?
some
That's so
time.
cool.
Yes, yes. So there will be one more role on his shoulders now. But yeah, I think we spoke last, and he's definitely planning to shoot. So we are hoping to see him around with maybe one of our younger generation compound girls shooting mixed in with him later, as we have some growing archers in Luxembourg, and hopefully they'll be ready for next season or the close future.
Oh, yeah. So,
So,
new generation of Luxembourgish archers coming up. This is a really tricky word to pronounce. Can you say that fast? Luxembourgish?
Luxembourgish, yes. We practiced a bit, so so it goes easier for us.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you have.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to look up who is now in the World Cup final. If there is any names already announced, because it would be interesting to see who of our final 8 is still going to shoot another outdoor tournament. Will be the World Cup final,
Yeah, for sure,
will be
Furleton and
in China.
Jihad as the stage winners. Yeah, in Nanjing, China.
So they should stay
So
fit
that
till
means lots of
October.
early starts for me.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to
for
stock
sure in the
up
World
some
Cup final,
coffee.
we have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My coffee is over, unfortunately. But in the World Cup final, we're gonna have Matthias Fullerton and Nicolas Girard, the two gold medal finalists that we have in there in Gwangju. And then I'm trying to recall other stage winners, but yeah, for the moment, focus is Gwangju. And while you keep on looking that up, I'll just update my board back here, as we've just had the first end. Curtis Broadnax with a 30. Guy is on trail to win gold. And we're getting some very nice AI generated graphics on the stream on Archery TV, on Archery Plus. It's really, really cool. One of the new features that we've had recently, like only 2 years ago. But now we begin the second end. Choi Young-hee shooting his first axe of the match.
Yeah, the previous end he opened slightly his grooves with the 2 9s, but it's not lost. Can still shoot 148 points.
Not at all.
No.
Yes, especially with Broadnax dropping a point.
Opens a bit of a door for him, so...
Yeah, and this second shot didn't look too good. He's struggling with his process.
Yeah.
Choi Young-hee dropping yet another point. This was a great opportunity to be level in terms of points as Broadnax stops the bleeding. It's a 10, and he remains 1 point ahead of the Korean.
So we will see on the World Cup final Rishabh Yadav. He won the Madrid World Cup. Also among the other archers you mentioned.
Yeah, World Cup final that will be.
This is quite important match, so we're shooting
18th and 19th of October.
Yeah. I feel like this will be quite an even match between the two archers.
Absolutely. We can't tell which way this is going to go.
No.
Curtis Broadnax lost some momentum in the second end, but still a long way left in this match. As we have an X10 by the Korean. Young-hee, 40-year-old, up against 26-year-old American Curtis Broadnax.
It's quite the age gap also.
10. Yeah. Honestly, I don't mean anything bad, but I thought Curtis Broadnax was older. Like he just looks more mature than 26.
Yeah, I feel that way too. When you said 26, I was also surprised. But he's young to the circuit, and with the 26 years, it's a good start of the compound career on the high level. He definitely made the name already.
Yeah, and I gotta say I like the guy because he's a left-hander. I'm always in favor of left-handers, as I'm a left-hander myself. But he dropped a 9. So 6 arrows to go, and they are level in score. Yet another very tight match that we have on our hands here. And it's funny, we see them drinking water from that packaging that is usually, at least I've seen most times, dairy products or juice with that kind of packaging. But then, of course, they're having water. This is what they're having there in Gwangju. But
Yeah.
always bugs my mind a little bit when I see them drinking from that. I'm wondering whether they're having, I don't know, banana milk or something.
Yes, you could wonder that, but yeah, Korea is a little bit different from us drinking out of plastic bottles, which is also, yeah, it is what it is. So the guys are quite tuned
Yeah,
for this match. 87, 87. The
exactly.
field
We
is
are beginning
still,
the fourth end, and I have updated the poll on YouTube. Now, the question that we have on YouTube is, who's the archer of the day? Well, you can vote for the gold medalist, but it can be somebody with an outstanding performance, in your opinion. And so the poll is there for you to vote. We begin the fourth end. Broadnax, after dropping that 9 in his last arrow in the previous end, is now back in the X10.
yeah,
With the Choi Kong Hee following suit. 5 arrows left. Nothing, absolutely nothing in between them.
he looks quite steady and calm,
Good
so
timing.
yeah, having it in
Yeah,
his
yeah,
hands.
yeah, yes, you're right.
Yet we are
Both of
back
them,
to
both of
square.
them looking very much in control. Yeah, long hold by the
Mm,
Korean, but that one lands in the 10. So far, so good. Yep, by Coach Webster. Triple X by Curtis Broadnax. That's gotta
yep.
be. Oh! That's got to be great in terms of confidence,
Ah,
and especially with the Choi Young Hee dropping that 9, he walks out of the line
mm.
feeling like maybe he just let the match go away with this one.
Because maybe he did. It's now last arrow. It's really, really important. The last end will be again a big turner. Let's see what's gonna happen. And yeah, Korean Archer was definitely trying to correct that arrow, but went far out. Um,
Yeah, and
yeah,
how do you
he's not
recover from
happy.
such a mistake? What would be your thought process?
The thought process, I think it's you forget about that bad arrow and yeah, every arrow is the new beginning. You can't stuck on the previous shot. It's otherwise that would be frustrating. And he's not in the situation to let the frustration in. He to keep the lead now. To actually not to keep the lead, but to catch up with the leading archer with Curtis. It's yeah nothing less but 30. So he needs to pull his all confidence he has together and hope that Curtis will give him a little bit of benefit. Yeah.
Now, fifth and beginning is starting, shooting first. We have Choi Young Hee who shoots a 10 just out of the X. Off to the left-hander, Curtis Broadnax from the United States of America. But that's a 9. 2 arrows to go. Scores are the same. We see him shaking his head, not approving that shot. Now the
Yeah,
Korean is back in the game. And
it's
the grouping is
changing quickly.
amazing. That's an X10. He feels he's back in the match. Now Curtis Broadnax at full draw. Yeah, you heard the yap by Coach Webster. That one's in the 10. Choi Young Hee needs a 10 to force his opponent. Put
And
pressure. That's what he does. Now Curtis Broadnax needs a 10 to force a shoot off for bronze. And it's a 9. Oh my
ah,
god.
just
What a
slipped through the
dramatic
fingers.
finish for
Ah,
just slipped
yes.
away. The American lost the bronze medal in a dramatic
Mm.
fashion. The crowd going wild in Gwangju.
Yeah, the Korean crowd was definitely making a lot of noise for for their archer, and yeah, it's something to be proud of. He shot amazing. Yeah, the score is 146 to 145, which is still a great score. Nerves were on. Only one archer goes with the medal home, and it's understandable that the tension was present. And yeah, bronze medal for Korean archer. It's I feel like Korea is
Wow,
chasing us
and
in recurve and
he
compound. It's wow.
those guys they don't fool around. They
No.
are yeah they led the qualification in the compound men team, and now they have
Mm-hmm.
a world medalist of their own in the individual in Choi Young Hee. What a story this is! The guy is 40 years old. He is the a face of the beginning of the Korean, let's say,
Yeah.
Korean effort into compound archery, and now to be winning this medal, this must be so special.
Yeah, I think it's a special moment for Korea. I'm sure their hopes are lying on extending the list of the medals on Olympics also later on. So, yes, it's a historic medal for Korea. It's in compound, we
Yes,
don't see everyday Korean archers in the final, but today it was a great match and bronze on the World Championships. It's a strong message to the world.
absolutely, absolutely. A very strong message by the archery powerhouse. We can see the replay. So cool. Choi Young Hee, he was looking down, just keeping his focus for an eventual shoot off as Curtis Broadnax shot his last arrow. And then we have the coach celebrating, and the Choi lifts his head, kind of like, what happened? Like the guy missed it. He shot a nine, I won, and amazing. On
Yeah.
the right hand side, and you know, Masha, looking now at the matches on the right hand side of our screen, of all the matches that we've had today, all of them had either we had a shoot off, or all the matches they had only 1 point difference. We
Yeah.
had only the quarterfinal between Curtis Broadnax and Aman Saini that it was 147 to 144, but every single other match that we've had, it was either 1 point difference or shoot off.
Yeah. I feel like all of those guys have had the chance to win the World Championships. It just some were today more ready or less ready or more nervous, less nervous. So it's incredible scores and so close up. It's maybe we could split them still by the X counts, but yeah, the level is very tight here. I'm very
Absolutely.
excited for the next
Very,
match.
very high level.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Archery Plus, we have the interview with the bronze medalist, Choi Young Hee. I think this one will take some time to sink in, winning bronze in front of his home crowd. But as we now shift our attention to the grand final, it is now. Take us back, put us on the shooting line, because you've done this yourself in the
Mhm.
teams. When you are in the call room, waiting to go into the arena, knowing that maybe these will be the most important arrows of your life, of your career, because there is a world title at stake. What is it like?
You're giving me a goosebumps. It's actually a very quiet moment. I think everyone is in that room pretty much in their own zone, tries to set up for their shooting, to tune a little bit your mind and prepare for that tension as yeah, when you go into that crowd, it's like a cold shower. So usually in back room, it's very quiet. You feel the tension in the air. Sometimes little chats going on, but it's generally nothing too close up because everyone is still tries to set up and tune up to not get out of the zone. So yes, that minutes they last forever in that room. Usually you are picked from the training field already when the previous match begins. So about the first and once every archer who shoots the previous match left on the field, you are following to enter in the tent to wait for your match. So you can already watch the archers from before shooting and also get ready a bit for the weather conditions, for the lightning, and yeah, but generally it's a very, very intimidatingly quiet moment where everyone is just tunes up for the shooting. Yeah.
Yeah, there's kind of eerie silence. Everybody quiet. Everybody knows what's at stake. But then, in my career, I haven't won anything like the World Championships. But one of the best feelings I've ever felt in archery is when you go into a finals day, you do your preparation, and you go through that roller coaster ride, which is to be shooting in the arena, and then you win. And then, how did you feel after it was over and you were like, we won the World Championships?
I think you're very glad that that most nerve-wracking part is done, so you can finally celebrate it. And on the other hand, it's you are so focused on the line that when you step off later of the field of the podium and just like pack the bow, it already feels almost like a dream because it's you are present, but you are at the end so in the zone of your shooting that it's straight away feels like a dream just happened, and you feel directly so exhausted and so like so full of different emotion, but at the same time you are out of some emotion to a certain level because you gave so much out on that field. Doesn't matter even if you lose or not, it's just you are soaked out also at that point. But it's great. It's once you
Mm-hmm,
finish the
mm-hmm.
day with the medal in your hand, it's definitely a worth the travel path when you stay there and you say like, yeah, all the training you did, all the preparation you did, yeah, that was worth it. That's what keep you driving for the next tournament usually.
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. And is it easy to show us your World Championship medals?
Unfortunately, they are not with me now here, but yeah, if I knew, I would have brought them here. But we're gonna see them today on the medal
Yeah.
ceremony. They are very similar by design. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the heavy piece.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, actually, my mistake,
Mm.
because I should have asked you before. But actually, I have the World Championship medals here with me, and I can show you. And this is something that I talked about in yesterday's broadcast, is the fact that the medals, they were made by the Monet de Paris, which is the exact same place that made the medals of the Paris 2024 Olympics and Paralympics. And so we have this very nice box here with a magnet opening. Monet de Paris, like depuis 1150 ans, 1150 years. And then this is the gold medal that both of these guys that you see on your screen on Archery Plus, they will be fighting for. The World Championship, gold medal, world title. And it's heavy. Like this is a good chunk of metal that we have here. And
Yeah,
now the time is coming to see who will take the golden one, like this one I had in my hand, or the silver.
yeah, those are beautiful. and definitely worth fighting for. You can see now in the room where Nicolas and where Matthias were standing, it was already getting quiet and quite focused on their path.
Yeah, now let me bring once again the graphics. Matthias Fullerton, full draw, the very first arrows of this gold medal match. A match that might come once in a lifetime for a few archers, for most, never. But these two, a Frenchman and a Dane, fighting it out in Guangzhou 2025. 10 and X to start matters here.
Yeah, definitely a strong start from both. It won't be an easy match. It's both of them, I think, gonna show us what they can.
Absolutely. Matthias twitching a little bit there in the end, but puts it in the X10. And Jiha keeps up his X count.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 by Fullerton. We wouldn't be expecting nothing less. Jihad with two X's and then a 10 to finish off. It is 30 all square. We
Yeah.
look to be set for our 150, we hope.
Yes, that would be amazing. So for the moment, we have a chance for that, and I think both of them can do that. 150. I think World Championships were not yet won with 150 shoot-off. That would be also a dream match.
Yeah, exactly. As we see the detail on Archery Plus of setting the sight, adjusting the sight, this is a match like all the others, but this one even more so, where every single detail counts, right?
Yeah, exactly. Every single detail counts, and very often from the training to competition field, your sight mark, your aim might change a bit. So the reacting straight away onto correcting, it's actually a good idea. And yeah, if you're shooting an X low, that's also already worth correction because you want to always stay in that middle ring. So yes, both archers, they need to correct always and react straight away as the condition can change every end. And the feeling,
Mm-hmm.
also feeling based, you sometimes need a correction. Yeah, another 10.
Yes. As we see correction there from Fullerton, understanding how his shot feels, where his group actually is, and Nicolas Gihar, guess what? Another X. It is two X's for him.
Yeah.
He's shot 4 already in this match.
Yeah, nothing less than a 10 is expected.
Yeah, but Fullerton, we saw exactly what you were talking about, Masha. His group was slightly low, then he corrected. Now he is back in the dead center of the target. He's really taking no chances. He's on top form. As Jihar shoots another 30, it is a triple X. Great shooting. 60-60.
This match, I think it will be my favorite match so far.
So far, yeah, everybody's. And we have the poll going on YouTube. Who's the archer of the day, in your opinion? So we have the 4 finalists. Nicolas Gihar, Choi Young-hee, Matthias Fullerton, and Curtis Broadnax. So far, we have a tie between Choi Young-hee, 38%, and Matthias Fullerton, also 38%. This is what our viewers think. Who's the archer of the day? But a thriller of a match that we have here. And this is the kind of match of like, who blinks first? If anyone
Yeah.
blinks at all.
Yeah, exactly. If anyone blinks first. But yeah, looking at the X count of Nicolas Girard, he gives us high hopes for this match today. But of course, also Matthias, the groups are incredible. Now after the correction, I'm sure he gonna smash that X.
That's a 10 by him, not far from the X.
Yeah.
We saw Tanya Galantine in the stands cheering for her compatriot. Jihar with a slightly long hold, still in the 10, touching the line with the 9. And Fullerton, so steady.
Steady.
So steady. Adjusting his sight. His group is perhaps a little bit to the right.
Yeah.
Jihar back in the center. A game of perfection. We're past halfway through this match, and we've had nothing but 10s. What a way to finish the World Championships. Fullerton shoots another 30 up to Jihar to follow suit. And he
those
does
matches
with another X.
Ooh.
This is
Wow.
absolutely mind-blowing. Both of them shooting the lights out.
Yeah, the level is crazy, and all the matches they actually went so quickly. It's like now hard to realize that we are already on the gold medal match for the world champion title, and yeah, those two guys, they're fighting to be a world champion. It's wow. And the two young archers, it's with some package of experience.
Yeah. This is just what I was looking up. Nicolas Girard is 25, and Fullerton, it's crazy. The guy is only 22. Like,
Yeah.
come on. It feels like he would be much older because he has won so much. It is amazing. 90-90, 2 beeps. We have the begin of the fourth end. Fullerton will be shooting first. Nothing but perfection so far in this match. Anyone who blinks, one single 9 might be your undoing.
Yeah.
Fullerton pounds it into the X10.
Of course.
Jihad taking some time, but that shot looked amazing. In the middle.
I'm just so impressed to see how they...
A little bit twitchy there in the end.
Yeah, but I'm just so impressed to see every time how they're able to put so many 10s in a row, fighting for the probably one of the most important titles in their career so far. It's just mind-blowing.
Absolutely.
And they look so calm.
A tournament that happens only once. Yeah. So focused. Ooh. This is the tournament that happens only once every 2 years, not like the World Cup that takes place every year with several stages. This is a big, big title. And we have another 34 ends of only 10s. Now only 3 arrows to go to decide who's the world champion. Nobody has put a single arrow out of the 10. And in fact, I'll tell you something. We haven't even had an arrow that has the most part of the shaft out of the 10. We don't have an arrow clipping the line from the outside. Like, they are basically purely inside the 10.
Yeah, I think those two, they are definitely today for a run for the world champion title. And I think in the votes, maybe also for a run for the archers of the day. Because the precision is incredible, and I think so far we saw great matches, but this is now just one of the most intensive. And wow.
Yeah, now we have a tie. We have Nicolas Girard, Choi Young-hee, and Matthias Fullerton, all with 33% of the votes. And we are starting the 5th and final regulation end. Who's going to be world champion? We are just a couple of arrows away. It is Matthias Fullerton shooting first on target 2. Oh, and he dropped the 9. This might have been the arrow of the match. Up to Nicolas Girard to take the opportunity and capitalize on this. That's a 10. Not his best shot so far, but that's good enough. Now Matthias Fullerton is on the back foot. He's back in the 10, but I wonder whether that's too late.
Yeah, it's just the turning point
Good
of the match,
timing.
but one arrow to go. One arrow.
Yes, Fullerton needs a 10. That one touches the line. But now
Yes.
Nicolas Girard is 110 away from becoming world champion.
And maybe cleaning the match.
Ooh! That will have to be a measure. That will have to be a measure. We don't know whether that one touched the
Oh,
line or not.
okay,
Oh my
okay.
god.
This is they okay in the graphics is a 9, but maybe
Yeah. It's up. They
it's
say it
up.
touches. Nicolas Girard is the world champion.
Oh my
It's
God,
up.
he is a world champion. So Nicolas Girard winning the world championships. It's
Yeah.
wow. That's the wow. This is the crazy match, crazy shooting,
Whoa.
and he was today definitely on a run for those access to be the world champion, I would say.
Yes, yes,
Yes, they
yes.
are
When
celebrating.
we look at the dispersion, yeah, yeah, yeah. When we look at the dispersion of the holes on the target face, we do see that Nicolas Girard was more accurate. So he was indeed, by this measure, the stronger archer, but this one was so close. What a match that we
Yeah.
had, Masha. And at last we got our 150. Nicolas Girard, world champion with 150. Not bad.
Incredible, yes. And silver medal for Matthias with 149, also very high score and incredible performance. So, yeah, this match is worth to rewatch, save, keep it keep it saved close
Yeah,
to
yeah.
know how it's done.
Yeah, yeah. Compound archery masterclass
Yeah.
provided by Matthias Fullerton and Nicolas Girard. But knowing Matthias, I believe he will be feeling upset and he will be thinking about that 9 for a long time.
Yes, and fair to say because it all came to one arrow which dropped the score and he knew you could read it on his face that it wasn't what he expected to shoot as an arrow, but that's the game. It's to keep 100% of focus. It's sometimes almost impossible. It's playing for the world champion title. Yes, he still did amazing. I'm sure he will be maybe not satisfied with it, but definitely he will appreciate his silver on the World Championships and the match he showed.
Yes, yes, yes. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Now we have on the right hand side, all the matches are done. We have all the scores. And the trend continued. The last quarterfinal between Curtis Broadnax and Saini from India was the only match where we had more than 1 point difference
Yeah,
with a 147 to 144. All of the matches, they were either shoot off or with only 1 point difference. This came down to the wire. I felt like I was repeating myself, saying, "Whoa, this is a very tight match. This is a very tough one." And yeah, because this is what happened. Like we had amazing matches all throughout, and I don't know for
yeah.
you, Masha, but this went by fairly quickly for me because this was really entertaining.
Yeah, I think it's the matches they just passed so fast and all of them they didn't let us take a deep breath till the end with different outcomes on the last end.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was incredible and that's what I said before. It's amazing that we can watch now always the quarterfinals already in the live streams and with all of the graphics because it just gives you this whole picture of how the archers make their way up and it's incredible because you can see all of them are capable of winning. I just who is today on their best performance. So loved it and I think I definitely have a favorite match. Do you? Do you have a favorite match?
Tell me yours, and I'll be thinking. I'll be going back because my initial guess would be the gold medal final, but I will think about the others. What is your favorite match?
Yes, I will be predictable. For me, it's the gold medal match because it was like just the goats of archery, the young ones who came together. They shot amazing. So this is definitely my favorite match.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I gotta say that I'll look back to the semifinal between Nicolas Girard and Choi Yong-hee, where it really seemed that all was lost for the Korean. Then he came back, and then his last arrow, he dropped it, and then recovered to win bronze afterwards. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that semifinal was really special. Just to say something different than you, because yeah, this gold medal final was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh my! And you in the chat, let us know. We're almost done here. Well, guess what? Then now we have the winner of the vote for Archer of the Day, Nicolas Girard from France. He is 44% of the votes as Archer of the Day. Your new world archery champion, a maiden gold medal at one of the biggest competitions that we have in our sport. What an achievement for the Frenchman. And you got to be wondering what's next for the young Frenchman. He's going to be shooting at the World Cup final stage, as we talked about in Nanjing. We're going to have Mike Schlosser, Matthias Fulton, Nicolas Girard, Yadav. It's going to be an amazing lineup, and we're going to be following that in the watch along as well. But, final thoughts on today's session, Masha?
Well, I really appreciate you having me here. It was really a big pleasure to join you and to watch all of the finals. It's incredible, impressive, and I hope everyone enjoyed it the same much as I did. So, yes, it was really great. And yeah, I hope we're gonna see some great finals still soon on the recurve side on the coming days, and as well on the compound women side. So it's exciting.
Yeah. Talking about the compound women just before we finish, then. So, the first session that we have tomorrow, we don't have the watch along for that. But in the first session, we're going to have Andrea Becerra against Huang Yizhu from Taipei. Then Mariana Bernal from Mexico against Elisa Runner from Italy. Hazal Burun from Turkey against Pritika Pradeep from India. Alejandra Usquiano from Colombia, who you mentioned earlier in the session, against Roxana Yunusova from Kazakhstan. And then Jyoti Suretkavenam from India, the super accomplished Indian archer, against Nuriza Dian Arizifa from Indonesia. Then Parneet Kaur from India, Ella Gibson from Great Britain, Sofia Pais from El Salvador up against Olivia Dean from the United States. And the last match of the round of 16 is Yurike Nina Bonita Pereira from Indonesia against Bianca Rodriguez from Brazil, my compatriot and fiance or wife of Marcos Almeida, just for the info. So amazing to see her in one of these matches tomorrow. We're going to be following everything from the quarterfinals onwards. We have another amazing special compound guest for tomorrow. But for today, thank you so much, Masha. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. I hope the chat enjoyed it as much as I did. It was very nice to be following all of this and listening to your insights and everything. And I got to tell you, it's not the last time that I'll invite you because it was really cool.
Thank you very much, and it was pleasure chatting with you also. It was fun. So I'm happy if we're gonna see us again. So take care and enjoy the rest of the
Yes.
finals. I think you're still about to announce the
Yeah,
winner
thanks.
from the
Have
one
a
hour of coaching.
well, the winner of 1 hour of coaching, I'll tell you something, it wasn't you because you didn't comment. So I'm sorry about that.
Sorry.
But Masha, have a good day, have a good week. The day is just getting started for us here in Central Europe, but wherever you're watching this from, hope you have a great day or a good night. Have a great week up ahead. This was our watch along on World Archery's YouTube channel. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time, 5 a.m. UTC, 7 a.m. Central European Summertime, to follow the Compound Women Elite 8. But for us for now, it is thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. And
Thank you
have a
very
good one.
much.